Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another day in the life of me. I am Kate. Woke up around 10:30 a.m. this morning, got about 8 hours of sleep, which was awesome. Almost 18 hours into my fast already. Cannot believe that. It is currently 10:55 a.m. So I've been laying in bed for about 20 minutes, just drinking my coffee and just, laying here. But I will be getting up to make a yummy spinach, cheese, bacon omelet here soon. Not really sure what's on the agenda. I know I mentioned the wine fest. We might scope it out before attending, just because I'm not sure. Mood and energy overall, I think, feel pretty stable so far this morning, so I'm excited about that. But let me know if you can relate to, kind of having some anxiety when feeling good, because that's not gonna last as long as you would like it to. By the way, I want to take another quick moment because this is one of the reasons I do love the Paris Hilton mascara. I did not put it on again yesterday. I didn't even brush my hair yesterday after I took it out of the braids, but this is the mascara. I love it. And that's one of the reasons I do love it, is because it stays on forever. And if I'm not in a mood to put on makeup or don't have the energy, hey, if I applied it days ago, it's still there and looks great. Look at this. It doesn't leave any marks. This is it's great. My only concern with it is how you have to wash it off and kind of tug on it in that process. Anyway, quick update on that mascara. I did decide to go ahead and test for ketones. So I have not eaten yet. It is 11:34. I am well over 18 hours into this fast. That was one of the reasons. The other reason was all of the activity yesterday and the low carb eating. So as we can see, I'm in moderate. I'm no longer in small. Definitely moderate. So that's awesome. I've got the pan buttered for this 5-egg omelet that I will be sharing with Zombie. And then I've started the bacon. I'm going to be adding a ton of spinach. As we all know, if you're familiar with spinach, it's going to cook down to just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. This is on a low heat. Oh, I'm definitely going to be adding some cheese. What do you have there? Just a giant piece of bread. Hey, little guy. Oh, okay. Okay, I won't get any closer. Hi. Thank you for doing that. He's cleaning the chairs so we can hopefully eat out here. So I will be using 2 of the 3 pieces of bacon and saving the other one because I have another low carb idea that is actually KFC inspired from years ago. I think they brought it back at one point, but it's 2 chicken breasts, some cheese, and a piece of bacon. Don't know when I'll be getting around to that. It had kind of popped in my mind. So anyway, going to be adding the spinach, and I'm going to be adding quite a bit, right? And it is baby spinach. I'm going to add all of that. And then I'm going to cover it and just let it cook down. And while we're at it, let's just take a look at that omelet. Okay, going to be flipping this omelet. Oh God, it got everywhere. That doesn't usually happen. Did it get you? Yuck. Okay. I'm gonna clean up that mess. But I also hate when my egg is brown like that. So I'm already not really happy with this omelet. But it is what it is. Let's check out the spinach and bacon as I do. That is gross. That doesn't usually happen. Okay, well, whatever. Ooh, okay, spinach and bacon. Look how much that spinach cooked down. There's just that much now from that huge pile I had put in there. I'm going to be taking out 2 pieces of the bacon and chopping it up, and then again saving one. And then I do flip it just one more time because sometimes the raw egg gets on the other side or all over you. And so I just flip it again to make sure that it does cook the egg that ended up on the other side. And for less than a minute, you know, and plus it's already brown. But see how this one is not brown, just nice and yellow with white. That is how I do like my omelets, and I can already feel like kind of getting frustrated about how this one turned out, but just gonna do my best to let that go. It's okay. But also it does have a taste, and that taste is not appealing to me. So, all right, flipped it again, and that is all cooked now. I did go ahead and add some tomato too. I don't want my tomato to become, God, my words are not working again. I hate this. Limp, I guess. And so I'm just going to leave them in the pan for just a moment to get them warm, not even hot, just warm. And then all of this is going to be going into that omelet with some cheese. I am going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper because that bacon is salty enough. And then back to our omelet. Thankfully, this will be on the inside at least. But it is what it is. I'm very, very picky about my eggs, but I am picky about everything. And really, the word I prefer to use is particular. Let's add. Oh my God, this looks so good. So we've got a 5-egg omelet with cheddar cheese, spinach, 2 slices of bacon, and 1 small Roma tomato. Oh my God, it looks so amazing. Yes. Is anyone out there a huge water drinker, or are you like zombie having to force yourself to drink water essentially? Just don't really have, it just doesn't really appeal to you in a sense. So everyone out there, let's go ahead, grab some water, let's hydrate. I really needed that. I was feeling pretty thirsty, and I would drink my tea, but I know being at like an 18-hour fast, that's only going to really upset my stomach. I'm also going to be having my 2nd cup of coffee here in a moment with my breakfast. To cut the omelet, I simply use, by the way, this pan is new, so it has very strict rules, like no silverware or metal utensils. So anyway, I'm just going to use my spatula here and just cut it right down the middle. And then plate it. All right, and we've got breakfast. 19 hours on this fast, just over, again, dirty fast, and breaking it with this delicious omelet. So Zombie is showing off some of his practicing. He is an Arabic calligrapher. That one looks really good. What is that?
Muhammad named.
Okay, so then it's Mohammed.
Yeah. In general, like not just only like for a prophet or something, but that's what it should be.
That one's cool. And he's just essentially using these magazines. Oh, that's really good. Because we're waiting for his paper to be
This
sent.
says, I promise you good.
That's cool. I like that one.
It's complicated.
The design?
Yeah, because this is like, that's mean double A, and that's double, and the other time you can read it like GH.
Oh, so it depends on how
Yes,
well it's
thank you.
Written, basically. Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
It is 2:29 p.m. I did shower, and I mean, seriously, I did wash my face and even like put it in the water. I just have to keep, you know, talking about this mascara just so we can all see that it lives forever. So this is it. And the only thing I did do, this is how I curl my eyelashes, is I always just use my fingers to curl them. So that's all I've done with my eyes. With my mascara, with my eyelashes today. Okay, so I am prepping dinner. Again, it's basically 2:30 p.m. And this dinner does take about 2 to 3 hours to make. But that's easy for me to just put stuff in the oven and be able to forget about it for a while. So I am doing the baked potatoes first. So I do have aluminum foil with butter, and these are yellow potatoes. The oven is at, well, will be here shortly at 450 degrees. And so I just make sure to get a little bit of butter on the potato there, as the rest will basically melt and go where it needs to. And then I do wrap it in the foil there. I got a baking sheet here that I'm going to be putting them on. And so I've got 3 potatoes that I'm doing. So, you know, I do eat lower carb. I don't ascribe, in a sense, to the low carb, just because I am going to enjoy a potato or whatever I want from time to time, especially if I'm in ketosis. And from one of the, I just spotted a heart. And let me see if I can get it. That's cool. Can we see it? Yeah, look, that's a heart right there. It's not the best. Anyway, distracted easily. Yes. Okay, so last year in either the June or July challenge, I do showcase where I was able to eat rice and even Cheetos and potatoes and remain in ketosis. And part of that was due to the amount of it's got a big thing in it, a big cut in it. I'm gonna cut that off. But part of the reason for that was because my activity was so high, and the majority of my eating did consist of lower carbs. And so I did go ahead and cut that piece off. And then what I'm planning on doing is, once these are ready in about an hour, I am going to start the steak at 250 degrees, and then I am going to sear it after a couple of hours in the oven. Essentially, that is one reason I am getting dinner started so early, is because, again, it may take, you know, all day to cook it, but at least I'm eating at home, eating what I know and feel is safe for me to eat. So, well, there goes that heart. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the oven now, especially since it's preheated. And I do want to also talk about the fact that I did have the thought to do Pilates quite a bit today. I just really don't have the motivation or even kind of like the energy to do that. So that is not going to happen. And come on, tell me you can relate, right? If you have borderline, the all or nothing, the streaks, right? So doing it just one day so far this week, it doesn't really encourage me to want to start a streak. It's weird. I know if you have this, I'm sure, or if you struggle with the all or nothing and the streaking phases, you can relate, right? So I would much rather kind of like not do that and start fresh next week and get on a good rotation or streak with the Pilates. It's so funny. I totally forgot Zombie's in there waiting for me to watch a show. because we're just gonna relax today. We're not gonna go to that wine fest. I think that was just a bit much. You know, I don't have the energy for all of that. But I totally forgot he's in there waiting for me. And the intention was to just come start the potatoes, and here I am vlogging away. So anyway, I'm gonna go in and watch that. But I do have other things I want to touch on as well, just really quick. So for example, I do feel some rumination like coming up today, wanting to be really upset about that situation yesterday with the doctor psychologist guy, and really having to shut that down. And that really, like, when you are struggling with a thought that wants to keep occurring and piss you off at the same time, it's a lot of mental energy to just like let it go, let it go, let it go. We don't need this right now. We don't need this right now. Like, so that's something I'm working on today. I also noticed how I am having minor upsets, and I'm like, I don't want to share that. I don't want to share that because I guess in my own mind, I'm like, gosh, this chick gets upset about everything, right? This chick being me. And I just, even though that's like the truth, I'm embarrassed. Okay, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to, is being embarrassed by the emotional upsets, how quickly and how many, like the frequency, but also like the intensity. Like, gosh, I get so upset over XYZ. And I know I already give myself a hard time about that, but it is also just the reality of this. But just kind of like a midday check-in. My mood, I would say, is mostly stable, but it is a lot of mental contention, or contending rather. Yeah, and the brain fog is still so heavy. I am not okay with this. I have a really good memory. I'm really sharp with words usually. It's just not working right now the way that it normally does, and so that is very much so a frustration. I'm gonna go in and not leave Zombie hanging, and we're gonna watch some Homicide Hunters. He got pretty excited at the idea that it has all occurred here in Colorado Springs, so I'm gonna go ahead and start that. I forgot to start the green beans with the potatoes, and I also forgot to poke holes in the potatoes, so yeah, that's fun. It is what it is. It is 3 p.m. right now, so I'm going to get these green beans. They are fresh green beans, with some butter, some pepper, some salt, and some garlic salt or garlic powder. Now normally I would probably add some onion and some fresh garlic too, but this is kind of like a minimum type of day. That green bean's gross. As we can see, I can barely even get the rest of like the actual dinner I'm cooking ready, so it's just keeping it to a minimum. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in there right now too. And then the plan is once the potatoes and green beans are done, leaving them in the oven because they will be cooked, to just kind of keep them warm since it will be at that lower heat. And I really had something else I was going to say too, and cannot remember, so that's annoying. But I'm going to get these going. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If you're curious why I have seasoning that's 50% off, is because when I bought it, it was like on their clearance shelf. It was still sealed, but it didn't have the front label mentioning what it was, but you can clearly see it's garlic powder. So I was like, hey, what a deal. I'm gonna definitely buy that because you know what you're using. It just doesn't have that main label on it. So not a big deal for me. Anyway, if anybody was wondering, that's why. Okay, gonna finally get these green beans in. I think the potatoes will be fine not having the holes popped in them, punched in them, and then eventually the steak. So that's where I'm at. Here we have that T-bone. Maybe it's a ribeye. I thought it was a T-bone, but actually that's a ribeye steak. That's good. And I am going to use, I always have the hardest time saying that, and I'm just kind of marinating it and allowing it to come to room temp. And so we've got a little bit of that, and I'm gonna do that on each side. Some garlic, and then of course salt and pepper. And then this is just going to be essentially, like I said, waiting at room temperature until the other stuff in there is finished. So I did brush my hair today. I am going to throw it in a quick braid. That way, maybe tomorrow I don't have to do anything with it. But I also, while I'm doing this, I just wanted to talk about how I think it's been, 5 days that we've ate at home, which is awesome. But part of that is because I do have a lot of anxiety eating out, especially at fast food restaurants. There are only a very few of them that I feel comfortable eating at. So, and a lot of that goes into, I don't know what's in it. I don't know how the employees are behaving. Like, again, just going back to those particulars and the fact that, like, if I get upset, it's not going to be a good thing, right? Like, for the rest of my day. So I wanted to touch on that. And then just like the grocery shopping, everything in my life is dependent on these particulars, right? So just like the grocery shopping and having to do it myself, because I do eat fresh veggies and fruit and I need to be the one picking that. I'm not going to be paying money to somebody to do that, and then they're not, and then delivering it and it's not up to par for me. Then I've just wasted a bunch of money. So I don't do that. Yeah. So I do my best to do my own grocery shopping. As far as the cooking and how I do so much of that, zombie definitely does help when I've got like zero energy to be doing it at all. But my issue with that goes back to the trust, right? Like, I just don't trust that he's gonna do it the way I need it to be done. And that sucks because he is a really good cook. I need to know what's going on with the food. Otherwise, I'm gonna have so much anxiety that I won't be able to eat it. So my life is like ruled pretty much by these particulars that I need things a very particular way to be comfortable. That looks so cute. I should have liked that, but I'm not. To even just eat. For the most part, I can go to the store and cook, but it's all done in a very particular way that is actually more beneficial for me mentally and for my anxiety than it is anything else. And then even when I do eat out, there's so much anxiety with that. Like, oh my God. And so that's why for the most part you will see that I do my best to try to eat at home quite a bit, because I know what's in the food. Can anybody else relate to that? Just kind of, I don't know. I feel like to an extent it's almost like being a control freak, and it is, because food is important in our lives. And if I can't enjoy what I'm eating because I'm freaking out about cleanliness, or just whatever, it's not fun. I just want to be able to enjoy food. So, all right, here's the braid. That was quick and fast. But yeah, let me know if you can relate, or maybe what are some of your pet peeves when eating out, or, are you also like me and can't handle somebody else picking out your fruit and veggies? I'm curious, let me know. I am gonna go ahead and make a blue cheese wedge salad, as I am feeling pretty hungry right now. And dinner's still not going to be ready for forever. And then looking at the size of that ribeye, I was like, oh God, I'm probably still going to be hungry. So just making sure I've got, enough food in my system so that I don't end up wanting to eat something else. So what I'm doing first is just cutting up that bacon I had cooked the other day to put that on top of the wedge salad. I did already go ahead and cut the iceberg lettuce in half, the head of lettuce in half. I'm going to be using this. And I'm also going to be adding avocado and some spinach. It will not be cooked, and Roma tomato. And then as far as dressing, I do like this ranch because it is the only ranch I can find that actually has that homemade taste to it. So ranch, and then some balsamic vinaigrette as well. So here we go. And if you hear snoring, let's just quickly go take a peek at what that noise might be. And this is why he's earned the nickname, Zombie. He's totally conked out right now. What are you doing? He's taking a nap, so. Okay, he was up late. And he actually has been up late lately because he has been practicing his art, which I love to see that for him. This pretty dry. I'm gonna just cut that core off there. And then I'm gonna cut this one down the middle. And we're gonna add some spinach here. And not really too much, just kind of like to have a bite with it. So I'm just putting it there on the sides of the plate. No. This looks so amazing. And then that balsamic vinaigrette. And yes, I will be adding salt and pepper. So 4:02, this is essentially lunch that I'll be sharing with Zombie here once he wakes up. How did I forget a main ingredient in the wedge salad? Like the blue cheese. Hello. So, I just got ranch all over me. Gonna be adding that. I cannot believe I forgot that. It's really annoying, actually. Now that I'm basically done with my half. Cannot believe I did that. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, may as well just use there. Now we have a yummy, delicious blue cheese wedge salad. I'm gonna get the potatoes ready. I did take them out. They are nice and soft. I also went ahead and flipped that steak. It has been, I guess, an hour. I forgot to set the timer. Oh, it's a day. Okay, so what I want to do with the potatoes is, oh, and I look how they're like brown like that. Love it. And I use real butter. And I'm just kind of squishing that there. Adding more butter, some pepper, some salt, of course. Now I do have this aged sharp white cheddar I'm going to be using on the potatoes, as well as some just sharp cheddar cheese too. So I'm gonna start with that sharp cheddar. And then I'm going to be adding the aged white sharp cheddar as well. Check out those baked potatoes with that melted cheese. They just look truly incredible. We've got the green beans, and then the steak is more well done than I prefer, but it's okay. We're gonna eat, and then the idea is to go on an e-bike ride. I'm kind of in that, like, I don't want to do that mode. I know that it's best for me, and I am gonna go do it, even though I am kind of like, I don't really want to. That is something I'm gonna definitely make the effort to do today, because I know it's good for me to get out and have some exercise. So going to eat this delicious dinner. And yes, I will be adding sour cream to the potatoes, but just really wanted to show off how delicious they look. So gonna eat, and then more than likely that e-bike ride.
Swallow.
What?
Whoa.
No, something's going on with our internet and has been for the past few days. So we are making a very impromptu trip to the Comcast store, Xfinity store, and grabbing some oil for the car. Okay, so check out my skirt. It's basically like a giant parachute right now. It's so funny. But also, check out this weather. It looks like it's going to storm, which is not what we were hoping for. And over there, oh look at the mountains over there, watch. Do you see that? That looks cool, doesn't it? This just looks so cool. But also I saw lightning, and we're supposed to go on our bike riding. I love how those peaks are just sticking out there. This is such a neat 7:08, starting on our bike ride here. We are gonna head east on the Rock Island Trail away from the storm and see how that goes. No. Ooh, you can hear that thunder. Shit. So all of that is rain. There are usually mountains we can see there. And Pikes Peak is back behind all of that too. So we are turning around because I just had a feeling like we need to turn around. And here's that storm. I mean, it is massive. You can hear that thunder. So yeah, I'm like, let's just get home. Jeez. It looks like a river of water coming down from the sky essentially. So we are heading back. You can like see it just coming down. Looks like streams of water. Oh God, I just feel so nervous. Near the mountains. It's just been a constant kind of roar in the sky and lightning, and I'm not okay with the lightning. That was another major reason for turning around, but it looks like we are going to just barely beat this storm if it is indeed heading toward us. And that was the thing. For one, I didn't think rain was in the forecast for today, and for two, it just seems kind of sporadic as far as which way it's going. Just made it back from our bike ride at 7:41, so really short. I think it was like 6 miles, and we have a bit of a rainbow starting to form in the sky, and just that constant rumble. Oh, here it comes. Yes, that was such a good decision to turn around when we did. Yeah, no, I'm glad I made that decision too. It was clearly the right decision. Look at that rain just falling. Whoa. We made it just in time, really. And these raindrops are like huge. Look at that ground there. check out this strawberry. It is another Kate heart for the day. Because look at its shape. End of day check-in. It is 8:14. I am ending the day eating pretty late because I am going to have the same snack dessert I had yesterday. Strawberries, blueberries, pecans, walnuts, and half and half. I can feel that I feel moody. Energy has been super low. Like, I definitely was not having it on the bike today either. Just was like a lot of work. So I'm glad it was short, you know, to an extent, and we got some exercise in. But that's it for today. I am going to finish editing the video, as that is an all-day process for me as well to edit the video. But anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. I certainly appreciate it. I'll see you back here tomorrow.